Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, welcome back. Here we are. Sixth time we've been together. We had a short break there for a couple of years, but we're back here in person. And it's just wonderful to see you all dressed appropriately. Most of the men have pulled off the tuxedo with the bow tie as you're supposed to tie it. Thank you for doing that. But it is truly a pleasure to be back here, celebrating the arts, celebrating this amazing venue. And yeah, here for sure. I mean, if you think about where we're sitting right now and what it means to Santa Barbara artists and what this physical location that we're actually eating dinner, breaking bread once again means. It's a portal, really. It's a launching pad. It is a place to escape. And the artists that don this stage can take you to another world, to another time. And this is the shell, this is the stage that makes it happen. Now, of course, without the artists, it's just a big, beautiful room. But you throw in the music of the symphony and the movement of the ballet, the design of this productions, the storytelling of the opera, and oh my God, it's amazing. And I'll tell you what made me realize this more than ever was 2 years of staring at a TV and an iPad when we couldn't be together and hearing performance the same way that it's always done. And track 2 on that album is always track 2 on that album. There is no variance. There is no adjusting. There is no that perfect imperfection that makes performance live so special. 98 years ago was the first opening for this property. And I think really the rebirth was in 2008, when so many of the people here tonight recreated and rebuilt this Granada into what it is today. And tonight is a celebration of that. So thank you so much for being here. And somebody better clap before I run out of gas. But along with the Granada, we also honor all of our ongoing partnerships with world-class resident companies, the Music Academy, Opera Santa Barbara, the Santa Barbara Symphony, the Santa Barbara Choral Society, the American Theater Guild, UCSB Arts and Lectures, and of course, one of our honorees, the State Street Ballet. But tonight we're also here, aside from honoring the State Street Ballet, a couple other legends, Palmer and Joan Jackson. And Alan Sides as well. Yeah! And I'll say this again. As a native Santa Barbaran, I have been blessed to grow up with all of the performance that we have here. But as a father, having my kids be able to experience this in the way that it's supposed to be experienced, I just want to say to all the patrons, thank you. The community thanks you very, very much. So tonight we're going to have some fun, we're going to have some performance, but right now it's my honor to introduce the chairman of the board, Palmer Jackson.
As Andrew mentioned, we're celebrating what I like to call the 3 pillars of the performing arts here in Santa Barbara. The philanthropists who support the arts, the artists who create the art, and the institutions which teach and mentor our young artists who are the future of the performing arts. So tonight, we honor Palmer and Joan Jackson, a couple that I'm fairly familiar with. We are also here to celebrate our artist, Alan Sides. And as a bit of an audiophile and musician myself, I can't tell you how pleased I am to be speaking through these incredible speakers right now, which Alan designed and built custom for the Granada Theater. To honor the State Street Ballet, a world-class ballet company and one of our most important resident companies. The Granada was restored in 2008 and continues to grow, as you all know, as the venue of choice for not only our resident companies, but for world-class performing artists. I want to acknowledge and thank our current Granada Board of Directors, a tough group of people who really pulled together during COVID to help us through a difficult time. So I'd like all of the current Granada Board members to please stand. Another group of dedicated volunteers are the Legends Gala Committee. The committee was chaired by Ann Tobes and Meryl Zagar. Thanks, Meryl. Where's Meryl? Ann couldn't be here, but thank you, Meryl. And thank you for the entire committee. Would the committee please stand?
So before we get a chance to meet our first legends of the evening, I want to take a minute and reintroduce and remind you of some of the legends that we've honored before in past galas. So please take a look up here at the screen. So the legends we have this evening, we're going to be clapping and cheering for you tonight and for many years to come, as you've seen. Our first legends of the evening for philanthropy are Palmer and Joan Jackson. True leaders in many categories, but we're so lucky for us that live in the community to have you as leaders for the arts. Thank you so much, and please enjoy this video.
When I think of family values in the Jacksons, I immediately think of philanthropy because it was so much a part of their tradition in this community. I think I met the Jackson family at the Museum of Natural History when I was working there. Palmer's mother, Ann, had been a trustee there, so when I had a chance to meet the younger generation, that was a real treat for me.
They've been involved many, many years with many organizations. They've been great community supporters.
Palmer's grandfather, Mr. Gavitt, who actually owned Lotus Land, was on the board of the original board of the Santa Barbara Foundation in 1928. Palmer's father, Charles, was also a board member at the foundation. Palmer was a board member at the foundation, and Palmer's son, Palmer Jackson Jr. So clearly philanthropy, supporting cultural organization, helping those less fortunate, that's clearly one of their major values.
For instance, when I was at the Santa Barbara Foundation, Palmer was not only on the board, but he was also the president. And of course, they helped support with donations.
Why don't we start a grant maker group here where we get the foundations together and we can all learn together? And he thought it was a great idea, and so the Foundation Roundtable is still going. But that was another opportunity to get to know Palmer.
When Joan Rakowski and I started putting together the idea of creating a performing theater, that we first went to Michael Tobes, who stepped in and helped us. And right behind him, the Jacksons, they helped us, and especially they helped give at times when we needed some support. And they were emotionally supporting. They not only give money, but they are interested in where the money is going. And they will continue to support if they feel that that's a good thing.
And I've often thought if there was a pantheon of first families in Santa Barbara, the Jacksons would be right up there near the top.
It's so important to make someone happy. Make just one someone happy. Make just one heart-to-heart you. You sing to one smile that cheers you, one face that lights when it nears you, one girl you're everything. To fame, if you win it, comes and goes in a minute. Where's the real stuff in life to cling to? Love is the answer. Someone to love is the answer. Once you've found her, build your world around her. Make someone happy. Make just someone happy, and you will be happy too.
And to introduce Palmer and Joan, please welcome Art Maravich to the stage.
Thank you, Andrew. Good evening, everybody. What a setting. What a beautiful spot. And I've got the best job on the program. I've known Palmer and Joni now for almost 50 years. I met them when I first came to town in the 70s. I was going to tell you that was my first year in kindergarten, but I think you'll need another glass of wine before you believe that. I was early on cast in a very curious role for Palmer, teasing him, good-natured ribbing in all kinds of settings, golf outings, anniversaries, birthdays, fundraisers, even when I helped present him a few years ago with the Santa Barbara Man of the Year Award. I think I got away with that over these years for two reasons. One, Palmer, you are the best sport on the planet. And two, I think you've always known of my genuine respect and admiration for you. You notice I said I tease Palmer. Let me make one thing clear. I do not tease Joni. By any definition of the word, the Jacksons are an exceptional couple. I think that Chuck and Susan had it right in the video you've just seen, that they belong at the top of a short list that's impacted this town and the lives that we live. I don't think there's anyone here at dinner. I'm not sure there's a whole lot of people in Santa Barbara who haven't been the recipients of their leadership, their service to this community, and their incredible generosity. They have done so much to impact this enviable quality of life that we all enjoy in this wonderful place we're lucky enough to call home. We're here tonight to recognize especially their contribution to the Granada, and it has been a significant one. It has been transformative, and as usual, it has provided an example for the rest of this incredible philanthropic community that we enjoy. There are no end of the things to do even beyond this, as you know, that the Jacksons are involved in. Healthcare, education, community service, social services, and the arts. The list of boards that Palmer has served is really too long to catalog tonight, but some of his presidencies might give you a little impact to the breadth and depth of his leadership. Sea International, Cottage Hospital, Santa Barbara Foundation, Laguna Blanca School. Joni's list is just as impressive, and her presidencies also carry a message. Cama, Casa de Herrera, Garden Club. The Jacksons have also instilled, encouraged, fostered in the next generation of the family this community service element and the generosity. And Jim and CJ and young Palmer have stepped up to all kinds of leadership positions in this town, and we are very grateful to them. Well, I've stayed away from the silliness and the teasing. I even tried to stick to the time window I've been given. So let me just close this way. In all seriousness and in all sincerity, Palmer and Joan, you are the best people I know. And the impact you've had on this town, we are all in your debt. If you please come forward and receive this award that you so richly deserve.
I'm afraid I don't really deserve all this, but I sure enjoy it. Thank you for all the nice comments. It's really good to be here with all the rest of you.
Have you noticed I'm married to a man of few words? More action than words. In any case, I certainly think he has been a leader in many ways, and we've both worked together. But I think all of us in this room share our concern for Santa Barbara and for helping its cultural life. And I know all of you have been involved in that. We have tried to help as well. And I'm especially proud of my children who've tried to help us well. Let's keep Santa Barbara as wonderful as it is.
Great. All right. So it's time for our second honoree of the evening. And one of the things that I mentioned earlier, it's not only the performance, but it's all the things that go into performance. The light, the set design, and most importantly, the music. Alan Sides has recorded over 500 albums, won 5 Grammys, so many you couldn't even hold them at once. Created music behind the scenes, made probably pretty average musicians sound really, really good. No. But made some amazing, amazing music, a very illustrious career. And we're honored to have him here tonight as our second legend of the evening. Please take a look at the video and a little more about his career.
Welcome. My name is Dennis Haysbert, and I guess you could say I'm a man who's well known for my sound. I'd like to introduce you to my friend Alan Sides, who's been famous around the world for decades for his sound. It all started here in a garage studio blocks away from the Pacific on Ocean Way in Santa Monica, California. At the very beginning of the 1970s, Alan Sides quickly built a reputation for excellent recordings and his own amazing sound. As a result, Alan quickly outgrew this residential location, and by 1977, he had taken control of the famous United Studios at 6050 Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood. Within another few years, he would expand into the legendary Western Recording Building at 6000 Sunset Boulevard. Over the next several decades, Ocean Way Recording Hollywood hosted the biggest stars in music recording history. Albums recorded at Alan Sides Studios have sold in excess of 1 billion copies. In 1986, Alan purchased Record One Studios in Sherman Oaks, which became the permanent home for first Michael Jackson and then Dr. Dre. And once again, the biggest musical hits of their times were recorded at this studio. Alan also expanded his recording studio holdings to Ocean Way, Nashville, and even to the island of St. Bart's. Finally, in 2012, Alan turned his focus to creating Ocean Way Audio and developing high-end hi-fi speaker systems and other audio products for use in professional recording studios, as well as ultra-high-end commercial and home theaters. Alan designed and installed the audio system in the multi-million-dollar renovation of the Riviera Theater. Most recently, he has developed a new remarkable live sound system for our very own Granada Theater. And now, let's enjoy some of the most famous moments in musical history, all recorded in studios designed, built, and owned by Alan Sides.
If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself, then make a change. I can feel you breathe, it's washing over me. Hold on, scared to run out of time. Unforgettable. There's a place. You hold on, but one more day, yeah. My name is Sadie.
We gon' party like it's your birthday.
Gloom and misery everywhere, stormy weather.
I need my time with you.
The good life.
Somewhere there is a heart that's waiting.
The world went away. Tonight, there's only you tonight. The place. Per te la notte ve.
You're never alone, you're never disconnected.
Beneath the pale moonlight,
Satellite in my eyes.
your fascination with me.
I've looked at life from both sides. Now, what's it all about? Effie, testify my love.
And I don't want the world to see me.
Alan, my dear friend, you're a star, man. You have given all of us an opportunity to sound better on that song, better than anything else in the world. You put that studio, those studios, together. Congratulations, my brother. I love you. Hope to see you very soon. God bless.
It is my pleasure now to introduce former legend himself and a longtime friend of the Sides, Christopher Lloyd.
Bless you all.
Okay. So, I still have them. Yes, I am not a quick study. So, I'm going to tell you how Alan and I met. Okay? About 8 years ago, my wife and I attended a Christmas party, and our son Jacob came along with us. Jacob was then a young, aspiring musician attending the Berklee College of Music, and he's moving along real well. Jacob knew all about the 5-time Grammy-winning sound engineer and producer, Alan Sides. It was a big festive party. There were a lot of people there. And Jacob was introduced to Alan by some mutual friends of ours. For those of you who know Ann and Alan, you know how they love meeting new people. They enjoy bringing together interesting and creative people from all areas of art, design, and much more. They love doing this in exciting and incredible locations, be it in their own wonderful homes on the island of St. Bart, or one of the many castles they enjoy visiting, often staying at in Scotland. If ever any of you have the opportunity to go to Scotland with them, go! Yes, I've enjoyed many great times in Scotland with Anne and Alan. Tomorrow! And tomorrow creeps in this petty pace to the last syllable of recorded time. Wait. What am I doing? What am I doing? This isn't about me. No. But I haven't had an opportunity to perform Shakespeare on this great stage. And just imagine how amazing I would sound with Alan's sound system here in the Granada Theater. Hey. So, okay, back to how we met. Anne shared her contact information with Jacob and invited him over to talk shop with Alan. What a dream. As we were driving home from the party in the car together, Jacob got a text from Anne. And he exclaimed, "Mom, I just got a text from Anne Sides inviting me to come over and talk with Alan. And she says I can invite my parents." Well, my wife Lisa responded eloquently, "Who the hell is Anne and Alan Sides?" "What do you mean, bring your parents?" The next night, Lisa and I accompanied Jacob to the Sides for music and conversation. We ended up ordering pizza and staying up until the wee morning hours. It was like we had known each other for years, and now I am happy to say we have known each other for years. I am so honored to introduce my good friend, 5-time Grammy winner, music and sound engineer extraordinaire, Alan Sides.
I don't think I can top that. Thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that. I'm so honored to be here tonight. I've had so many great friends win this award. I've been lucky enough to have been at this event many times. And so to actually stand here and be recognized for what I do means a lot to me. This is an absolutely beautiful theater, and I have enjoyed many concerts here. To the fact that we in Santa Barbara can come to a venue like this and see the LA Philharmonic, that we can see Brian Setzer, we can see anyone in a venue of this quality is amazing. And I have to think, Palmer Jackson is amazing, because when some years back, I talked to Michael and Ann Tubbs about this, and we had a lovely dinner at our friend Eric and Anita Phillips' house, talking about how to fix the issues with the sound system in this room. And I said to Michael, "I think I can make this work." And Michael said to me, yes, Alan, but would that be it? Are we done? And I said, yes, we'll be done, Michael. And then, of course, we lost Michael, the most wonderful man I can think. And I'm sorry that Ann can't be here tonight. But Palmer came in, and Palmer wanted something unique. He wanted something that broke the mold. And that is unique in Santa Barbara. He didn't want generic. He wanted something that was exceptional, that would be equal to what this venue was. And so we started work with my MIT physicists and all my technicians, and we came up with something that we think is pretty revolutionary. And we're very excited to be able to produce this system and have it here in this gorgeous theater. And I also want to say one more thing, is my dear friends Linda and Bruce are here tonight. And when we did the Riviera Theater, Linda said the same thing. She said, I want something that's going to break the mold. I don't want generic. I want something that is going to step out. And we did something, and with Linda's help, we created something that I think is maybe one of the best Atmos theaters in the world. So thank you, Linda and Bruce. And then I want to thank my lovely wife, because she created the video you saw. I had nothing to do with it. But anyway, thank you all one more time for doing this. Okay, bye.
So thank you, Chris. Thank you, Alan. So also, talking about sound engineers and people that have created, George Martin came and produced and wrote and directed a piece that was also performed here at the Granada. So a lot of legendary people have performed here, created, and made amazing performance. But none of that would be possible if we didn't have these incredible sponsors that make not only tonight possible, but make everything that happens in the arts and at the Granada possible. So there's too many to name, and I'm just gonna point up here behind at the screen, and please look at your program, look at these names. These are people that care deeply about the arts in Santa Barbara, not only as they are now, but also ensuring that they will be strong and available for our kids long into the future. So thank you so much to everybody that has made tonight in the Granada and the arts accessible. Not just possible, but accessible. Thank you so much. It is now my pleasure to introduce the third pillar of tonight's Legends. And this is a anchor, Palmer, right? Anchor company, which is the State Street Ballet. We are so blessed to have this incredible company right here in our backyard, with Rodney and his team just bringing incredible movement and art to Santa Barbara. So it's my pleasure to invite Terry Jory to the stage to talk a bit more about the State Street Ballet.
What an amazing evening, Santa Barbara performing artists. Give yourselves a hand. It is my pleasure to present the person who represents one of the community's most precious gems, State Street Ballet, Mr. Rodney Gustafson.
Thank you all for being here. I first want to thank every single person that has ever seen our company, been involved with our company, given me $1 towards our company, given me emotional support to keep it going. Every one of you have been a blessing in my life. We started in 1994. One other significant thing that happened to me, I met a man named Bill Solo. Now, Bill is the most humble man. And I think it's been at least 25 years we've worked together as a team, co-artistic directors. Bill lives at 70th and Broadway. His wife works for New York City Ballet at Lincoln Center. And Bill and I are like two opposites almost, but we've had a great relationship. And he told me something tonight, and I know he'll be mad at me maybe, but he said, whatever you do, don't call me on stage. So I said, okay, Bill, I won't. But I really want to acknowledge He is the choreographer of Carmina and so many of our beautiful productions. You will see his work soon. So Bill, thank you. And I also want to thank Nancy Colahan and the wonderful Colahan family. She lost her folks this year, and Millie was my first board member with Tim Michael. Tim Michael, thank you for buying our table tonight, being one of our original board members, a longtime supporter. And Terry and Seth, thank you for being here. Roger Thompson, our current board president, thank you, Roger, for everything you've done. And I have had such great support from so many of you in the community. It's been really amazing. One of the big things that people don't realize is we do performances here. We're a resident company. We also perform at the Libero. We do a lot of outreach. But this year alone, we're performing in 12 other cities. We're going to be in the Pacific Northwest in Spokane. We're going to be all over Colorado. And we're going to end the season in Osaka, Japan, and Tokyo. So, I mean, that, a lot of people don't realize that we do that. The company is about 19 dancers, and they're from like 7 different countries. I mean, last year it was interesting. We had a man from Ukraine and a couple of people from Russia. And so, I mean, one of my things is I think that we need world unity, and I think the arts bring us together as a people. And we certainly seem to need that more than ever at this point in time, and that's the beauty of the arts. We couldn't do this without the philanthropy of the people like all of you, a lot of you who are here tonight. So thank you, Palmer, the Jackson Family Foundation, Santa Barbara Foundation, the Tobes, so many people who have supported our organization. So tonight we're going to show you a little bit of State Street Ballet in performance on the video. I may have a couple of dancers kind of meandering through the crowd. So enjoy. It's been a real blessing in my life. It's the best thing I've ever done in my life, and it's been the privilege of my life. So thank you all very much.
What a way to end the evening with our third pillar. The community of Santa Barbara is so blessed to have so many resources. We've talked about them tonight. Not only this amazing theater, but all of the performance that fills it. Thank you for making this the best Legends Gala we've ever had. Thank you, good night, and we'll see you next year, God willing.